Game of Thrones, Season 5, Episode 7, The Gift.
What's the best gift you ever got?
The best gift that I ever got?
Yeah.
Our audience. The ability to share.
You lying sack of shit. I got a PSP when it was like hot in the streets when it first came out. That was a pretty hot gift. And I knew where the presents were being hidden, so I knew about that like a month before.
Plot twist, what's the worst gift that you ever got?
I've gotten some fucking stinkers.
I think the worst gift that I ever got was a $10 Modell's gift card.
Well, this year...
What the hell do I buy with that? Socks?
Well, this year I'm like, all right, I'll get some gift cards. You know, I was hoping
I bought socks.
I was hoping I would get like some Fandango, Regal. You know, you think like your family and friends know you. I got nothing like that. I got like fucking gift cards to like places I never go. I just want people to pay attention.
Yeah, seriously.
Know what I like. Is that too much to ask?
Or don't get me anything. Just give me a firm handshake or a crisp $20 bill. That's what I do. I'm Ron Swanson.
He has.
Who are you?
I am the gift. It's a pleasure to meet you, Your Grace. My name is Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah, so jumping into this episode, and I'm so excited to review this episode because the next one's hard home, but it's Christmas Eve right now, so I'm jittery, I'm getting ready for Santa, Nerd Santa's coming, George R. R. Martin, not writing the book. But this first scene with the Night's Watch, I think this opening scene is incredible because it's kind of a calm before they get into the dialogue and the interactions between the characters, but just seeing all the odd jobs that the Night's Watchmen are doing, it's a normal day, but Jon Snow knows what's coming.
Yeah, they bring out Tormund, they undo his chains, and just everyone's grilling him, especially Alistair. And
that ginger bastard
gives him a little advice before he gets going.
I had him. Yeah. Well, I like that too. That he's not afraid to speak. He's not afraid to speak honestly. It's similar to Karstark when he's speaking openly to Robb Stark, and Jon kind of has that same response to Alistair. Thanks for your advice. As always.
They both get fucking clapped. So
that is true by Jon Snow.
Don't talk shit to a Stark.
Well, it is funny how Jon came back to life and Robb didn't.
It's not funny.
It's neither here nor there. Yeah, and then he says goodbye to Sam. And this is a moment where Sam gives him the dragon glass dagger. And at this point, Jon Snow has only seen the White Walkers when Craster was sacrificing his baby. So he wasn't there at the Fist of the First Men. Obviously, Sam has confronted one. But it's a tool that they never get to use, but it's cool that they're bringing it back up. Who the
big
hell?
dragon glass guy?
I'm a big dragon glass guy, yeah. See me rolling up with a dragon glass chain and shit. Bobbing and weaving, dragon glass ring.
And we see Sam and Gilly and Little Sam paying a visit to Aemon,
who is named Aemon in the book, so it's kind of a nice nod to that. Aemon meeting Little Sam for the first time. Or the second time, actually.
The last time, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Reminiscing about Aegon, his little brother, also known as Egg for short. Does he spell it? No, yeah.
Duncan Egg. Right, it's a cool nickname for Aegon. And, I mean, his goodbye in a couple of scenes is heartbreaking. Yeah, and he's reminiscing about his own childhood, his little brother Aegon, who would eventually become king, and he almost harbors some regret for the decision that he's made, because maybe if he does become king, the tragedies that befell his house don't happen. So, yeah, to see him on his last legs, it's a character that he was the moral center of the Night's Watch. He might be the most honorable character in all of the show. And it's sad, Gilly and Sam watching this man wither away in front of them. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
The warning, too, that he gives to Gilly. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Get that baby south.
Well, yeah, we see what happens later in the episode. He knows what's going to happen. So, and Alistair alludes to it too after he dies. It's you're running out of friends, Sam.
Yeah, talk about running out of friends. Sansa Stark. Trying to get one friend back on her side. But this scene between her and Theon.
Reek.
Oh, he's Reek now?
Yeah.
He was Theon last episode. What happened?
He's back to Reek.
He's back to Reek. He's very Reekish in this episode. This exchange that they have.
He saved Sansa last episode. He's Theon again. That's all he had to do. But now he's back to being Reek.
Well, you made the point last episode, too, that these scenes are just kind of unnecessary, that we didn't need to see this. And it's just continuing the black mark that is this change from the book. When you see Sansa, you see the bruises on her arms when she explains what she's been going through.
Yeah, Ramsay visiting her every night, and it's left up to the imagination, but knowing Ramsay, it's probably awful, awful things, and she's just going through hell right now.
Yeah, it's almost like this scene could have replaced the scene from the previous episode, that we didn't need to see that at the finale of the last episode.
She tells him about the tower and the signal and all that good stuff, and
she's like Woody with Buzz Lightyear. Snap out of it! You are a Greyjoy!
Reek.
I'm Reek.
But yeah, gives her a candle, and Reek brings that thing right to Ramsay. I like how they play with that too. Like he's looking around, like you don't know where he is, and you open the door and you see before you even see Ramsay, you see like a light shine on his face. And
It would have been funny if they did like the '90s sitcom. You just walk into different sets. Like he's in King's Landing, then he's in Dorne, he's in Marine. So where the hell is he going?
walks in one door, comes out the other.
Yeah, and then Ramsay sees him. It's a whole Scooby-Doo chase. We should have been doing the season 5.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Season 5 would have been much better. Yeah, but it is nice how they played with that. And yeah, he ratted her out real quick. You know, Ramsay's been nice to him. Wanted to pay the favor.
I go back to Aemon. He's asking for a breakfast. Keep saying egg.
I can't even have eggs. I had to give those up. But yeah, no, eggs are good.
I'm funny, man.
You make it very hard to root for you. Yeah, but this final scene, man, like I said before, Aemon Targaryen, Maester Aemon, just the moral crux of the Night's Watch, and just such a friend and an ally to Sam, to Jon, what he's done, all the Lord Commanders that he's mentored throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
And this moment of him thinking that he's a young man, that he's dreaming of old age. That's the curse of getting old, is that you still feel that you're young. You know, mentally, you're always youthful. And it's just when the body gives out, one of the only natural deaths that we see on the show.
But yeah, I mean, Sam gives the Night's Watch eulogy, but it means more to him.
One of the best speeches in the show. And I'm a big speech guy. I love speeches. Gettysburg Address,
but it's,
JFK inauguration.
It's the same speech we hear, but from Sam's perspective and the way he's giving it, delivering it, it means a lot more.
But the line?
Just
he was the blood of the dragon.
Yeah.
And now his fire has gone out.
But like, yeah, Gior, forgetting where the people came from.
Right, like, what was his family again? He was Martell? No, Targaryen. Right, got it. We have that moment, too, between Sam and Alistair Thorne when he tells him, all your friends are leaving you, Tarly.
I feel like here Alistair was like, all right, he had some respect for Aemon, you know, he's a little shaken up by this, you know, they've been around, they've been with each other for a while now, but then he just chirps Sam off to the side.
Yeah, he's acting very respectful. It's a funeral, obviously, you don't want to make a scene, but yeah, he leans over, and then Sam looks at some characters that we've never seen before. It's like, we're going to get you, Samwell Tarly. It's a goodbye to a character, and this actor actually passed away recently, and great performance throughout the years. He's been with us since season 1, and his wisdom will always be felt throughout.
Did he pass away?
Yeah, he did.
All right, we've been we've been wrong on that.
After Wilco Johnson passed away.
Oh.
You know the Children of the Forest created the White Walkers? Yeah, going back to Sansa and Ramsay, Theon ratted this woman out, and she got cooked.
Yeah, but before that, they're walking. Ramsay's talking about Stannis, and he's getting ready to take Winterfell, and just the logistics of the impending battle. But this is more like what we were saying, I think, 2 episodes ago. Well, I think it was last review we did when it was how we said when Sansa was talking to Miranda, and how I wanted to see more of that rather than her becoming basically Ramsay's plaything. I wanted some, you know, I wanted her to dish it out, but in a way where they're kind of battling, where this bad stuff isn't happening to her. She's just standing toe-to-toe against Ramsay. And we get a little of this here where she's bringing up the birth of his brother. If it's a boy, he'll be a trueborn, and trueborns always have the claim over a bastard, regardless if you are legitimized by a king, who she points out is a bastard.
Yeah, he's a bastard as well.
Yeah.
And what she also learns here, too, is about her brother, Jon Snow. And this is a very important piece of information because when she does escape in Season 6, that's the first place that she goes. And it's obviously a relationship that wasn't close. They say that Sansa kind of disregarded Jon because he was a bastard, similar to Catelyn. But hearing that you have one member of your family still alive and he's in a position of power, you could just see it in her face. She's shocked. And she's probably thinking, that's where I need to go if I ever get this fucking candle lit. But like I mentioned, this woman cooked. Looked like a McRib. That's a feast for crows, boy.
Hashtag bring back the McRib, you cowards. At McDonald's.
No, they could keep the McRib.
I never had it before, but
just keep the apple pies. Yeah, speaking of Stannis, yeah, it's snowing, it's winter. He tried to beat the snows, but the snows are beating him back, and his camp is in bad shape. And Melisandre has a solution.
You could just tell they're fucking miserable. All the soldiers walking around, they're coughing. So Stormcrow's left. They got the hell out of there.
Oh, yeah, they said we're out of here.
Which isn't a good thing to have on your resume, right? Can't be breaking your contracts like that.
Oh, yeah, seriously. They signed the qualifying offer.
No Golden Company.
Left in the free. Yeah, well, they
Golden Company would have taken Winterfell by now.
They've broken one, though. That's for the book reviews. But, yeah, Melisandre, this is when she finally pops the question, hey, you want to murder your daughter?
Pops the question.
She's been holding this for a long time. It's like, I don't know why she keeps... It's like Tommen oh, my mom and Marjorie are getting along. Stannis is like, Melisandre's really taking a shining to Shireen.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Well, I mean, Davos suggested they go back to Castle Black, but Stannis says we have to winter there if the snows continue. This is our only shot. So it just shows the desperation that he's in right now. And you have Melisandre filling his head of all these prophecies of the Bolton banners being taken down. I saw myself walking on the battlements of Winterfell, and really...
All true?
Yeah, all true. But
these are facts.
I'm trying to think, like, what's in her head? Like, when... Like,
Melisandre?
what does she see? I want to see her visions. Is it like Vice when they have the meeting and they blurred out the faces? Is that like Stannis? Like, his face is blurred out and it's really drawn? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like these short little glimpses, because she says that she saw the Bolton banner fall, but she never mentioned the Stark banner replacing it.
Yeah.
So it's just these little moments, and she kind of has to interpret them. It's pieces, and then she has to put together the picture. She's not great at that.
No.
She's not great at Wheel of Fortune. She can't with the clues. She's kind of all over the place. But the idea of burning your daughter to sacrifice her to the Lord of Light, at first Stannis can't believe it. Do you think he's going to do this in the book? It's kind of been confirmed, right?
I think the showrunner said that. George told him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you just see like the manipulation, the power she has over Stannis to make a man do that to his own daughter, just filling his head of all these prophecies, and I don't know, man. She just knows what to say to get him on her side. There's so many different ways you can spin it, I guess. Just, well, we have to take Winterfell. You have to be king in order to take down if we're going to survive the long night. And I guess in Stannis' head, it's like, all right, the only way to save Westeros is to kill my daughter. And she's probably going to die anyway if I don't get this done, so light it up.
Yeah, that's the thing with Melisandre, is we talk about it all the time, is that her intentions are good. It's just the actions that she takes sometimes can be a little bit dubious. In terms of the morals. But it's, this goes back to Greek mythology. It's, would you sacrifice one for the whole? And they have this conversation about Gendry.
Vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Spock, Spock in Wrath of Khan, spoilers. What's more important? Is it saving the world, or is it saving somebody that's so close to you, and, love being the death of duty? But this is an extreme situation because this is a young, innocent girl, and I think it is the most horrifying death next to Talissa for me. But yeah, like you were spot on, the manipulation that she has over this man. She's the puppet master. It's crazy what we'll do for love. This situation right here, Sam and Gilly. And this was bound to happen. Gilly staying in this castle of men who probably haven't seen women in years. And they're not great people. A lot of them are murderers, rapists. And this just shows that when you are in love with somebody, you're willing to do anything.
Yeah.
Sam's not a fighter, but he was squaring up.
He gets fucking mopped.
He got mopped up, yeah. He got touched up a little bit. He said, night, boy.
I don't know how he gets up, man. Couple of those blows, I'm like, all right, we get the point.
He's like, you know what, Gilly? Maybe I'm not the one for you.
Throw in the damn towel.
Throw the towel, Rock. Nah, throw in the Ghost. Ghost had that boy's back.
Runs up. Ghost, that's a good ally to have.
I killed a White Walker. I killed a Fen. I'll take my chances with you.
He doesn't show up often, but when he does, it's for like 2 seconds.
Sam's on the floor like, damn, I hope we have the budget for Ghost in this episode. If not, I'm screwed. But it is a scene when you're watching it for the first time and you're not expecting Ghost to come. These are the scenes that bother me the most in cinema. I always talk about the scene in Clockwork Orange, burst into that man's house and they're torturing him and his wife. I hate watching these types of scenes. So to see these guys, I wish Ghost would have killed them, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, the next scene is awesome. I totally forgot about this. Yeah, Sam, I see you, boy. Breaking his vows a little bit.
Or Gilly tends to Sam in more than one way.
That's what you wrote on your notes?
Yeah. I don't know how else to put it. But yeah, Sam, good for you, man. Congrats on the sex.
Well done, Sam. Nice. The exchange that they have, too, when Gilly says, I need to get more water, and Sam's like, that's not important right now. I just need you with me in this moment. And I think that's where Sam hatches the idea, oh, I'll go become a maester.
I like the noise he makes. It's like, oh
boy. That is hilarious. You're bending it. Good for you, Sam. Long time coming, and short time. And in this next scene, it continues with Jorah and Tyrion being captured by the slavers, and they're being auctioned off. And Jorah, how his rep has grown since he was first caught. He killed Khal Drogo now.
It's false advertising.
Yeah, false.
Jorah's good, but he's not nice like that. And I love how everyone takes his word for it. Like, you know what? Yeah, sure, why not?
Reputable source, yeah. Sure.
20 whatever currency they use.
You can trust the pirate.
He gets old, and then Tyrion convinces the guy to buy him as well. At first they say he's funny, but then he takes the chains and starts whipping the other guy, and everyone's having a grand old time. He's like, I'll buy him.
Yeah. This is a stupid scene.
And you get to see, too, when Tyrion says something along the lines of, Marine outlawed slavery, so how about having free men fight for you for wages? And he gives them a coin and said, he flips them a coin and says something along the lines of, well, make it last your whole life or something. So it just shows how these people are taking advantage of Daenerys' new law by giving newly acquired slaves a minimal wage, so they have to rely on. So they're pretty much in the same position as they were before, because they're still relying on you for, I guess, food and shelter. They have no other choice. So it's not technically slavery, but it's very, 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 very close.
Yeah, it's similar to what we saw in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
After when they were freed, they were still doing the same things, and technically they weren't slaves. That's why it's a slippery slope, and it takes a long time for this to change, to make these societal changes. The woman who is trying to make these changes, Daenerys, and this is a sweet scene between her and Daario. It starts off as some innocent pillow talk. Daario's a little jealous, and I would be too. The woman of your dreams is marrying some Lorak. He's
he rebranded as Lorak, so that's fucking. I would be shaking in my boots.
He's known as a womanizer, so.
Yeah.
But it is a nice relationship that they have, and New Daario grew on me because of Haunting of Hill House, so I'm a big New Daario guy.
Yeah, but he tells Dany to gather all the masters and slaughter them. So
I guess we're just jumping to that, right?
I mean, he wants to marry her, and he's wondering why she won't say yes. Well, it's things like that. You need a more, you need a kingly type. It's political, like she said to him before when she was accusing him of being jealous, that, he knows it's political. These are the things you have to do. But, yeah, Daario showing why sellswords don't make the best kings.
No, definitely. And when she says that, because I'm queen, that's the reason I can't marry you, because there's a sense of decorum that I have to keep up, that I have to marry somebody from a royal family, because this is going to help me keep the peace. And Daario says to her, well, I guess you're the only one in Meereen who's not free. And that line hits her. It's the sacrifices that you have to make. We see it all the time with these characters, that you have to put your aspirations for society above your own personal wants and needs. And also, yeah, the line about gathering up all the masters of Meereen and just killing them. Once again, it shows that Daenerys is not Mad Queen.
Yeah, so I'm not a butcher, except for that one time when I threw that guy in front of the dragon.
That's one guy.
Yeah.
You give him one. A great line, too, by Daario here. All rulers are either butchers or meat.
I am a queen, not a butcher.
All rulers are either butchers or meat.
Now, rewatching all these episodes and reviewing them, I think one of the standouts that might not be the most apparent part of Game of Thrones, but anytime Lady Olenna squares up with an equal, I guess, with her intellectually, it always makes for a fantastic scene. It's like those Varys Littlefinger scenes that we get, but you think of it, Olenna with Tywin, Cersei, Jaime, and now the High Sparrow.
Yeah, definitely. And this was classic Olenna. This was the Olenna I wanted to see with Cersei in the last episode. And the High Sparrow is not really hiding his true nature in this scene. When Olenna says to him, you can't even stand for a lady, he's like, you can't kneel before the gods? Quick clap back. Yeah, but the High Sparrow in this scene is terrific, and Jonathan Pryce as this character.
I should have just went to an early bird special and worked things out.
Right, yeah. Nice game of bingo.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's kind of giving us some hints into what is the greater aspiration for the High Sparrows. And like we said, their timing is not coincidental. It's as soon as Tywin Lannister left the city, the black hole, they're coming to fill it. And the line that he says, when the many stop fearing the few, that's when fucking rebellions happen. That's when all chaos is let loose. So this is a dangerous man, and she's trying to bargain with him. It's almost like bargaining with the Joker. She doesn't know what he wants. He wants everything, though.
Yeah, she basically calls him a fraud, and she's trying to figure out his motives, but he doesn't have any. And she threatens to stop sending crops to the capital, and she'll make sure everyone knows who's to blame. He doesn't care. He's just, it's an awesome back and forth, and I think Lady Olenna finally lost her...
0-2 in this season.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
She lost her touch.
She looks a little afraid, too, when she's talking about Marjorie and Tom, and the way that she's kind of fidgeting a little bit.
Like he said, she's just
used to... See it in her eyes.
Like he said, she's just used to dealing with people who have ulterior motives.
Right, yeah. And it's not that he doesn't, but he's somebody like Littlefinger, almost in a stronger position than Littlefinger ever was. So he's a very dangerous man, doing Cersei's dirty work, as she puts it.
And speaking of which, Lady Olenna receives a letter from Littlefinger upon leaving the Sept.
Yeah, I was wondering who that was from. Of course it was Littlefinger.
You don't know your sigils?
I didn't see the sigil. I
Be
had
more
bad eyes.
be more attentive.
Well, I need to get glasses.
Okay.
Yeah, but before that, before Marjorie goes to meet with my boy LF, we have Cersei and Tommen. And we go back and forth all the time whether Cersei does love her kids, and I think this answers that we're kind of both right, in a sense that she does care about Tommen and Marcella, but it's also half of her wanting to maintain her power. But she's great at manipulating Tommen in this scene.
Well, Tommen's in rage and probably scared and confused all at once. He just doesn't know what's going on. He threatens to call in the army and kill them all. Little Joffrey.
Burn them all.
Probably shouldn't have done that, but Cersei says then they all know who the first casualty will be of that war, alluding to Marjorie, which is a fair point. Continually manipulating Tommen, but it doesn't really go too well because she says that she will visit the High Sparrow. Because we're friends. He'll never do anything to me. That's my boy. I put him in this high position and think I'm the queen. He's not going to do anything.
Nice bit of foreshadowing, too, that I'll burn cities to the ground. Second time she said it. The third time she fucking does it. But it is, to see her cry, to see Cersei cry, have we ever seen that before? Maybe with Joffrey, when Joffrey dies. Another scene, mother and son, and then we have father and daughter. Jaime and Marcella, the second scene that they've shared together, but the first time that we actually see them talk, and that first line too, when Marcella says, "You look different. You had more hair."
You looked different when I left. You had more hair.
And more hands.
Yeah, but Jaime's trying to explain the threat of her being in Dorne, and Marcella, she's in love. Young love. Trystane is a good guy.
She's also a kid, too, so she really has no idea. That's the other thing, that these people need to say what the threat is. If somebody stole your necklace and said they were going to kill you. Be blunt with these children, okay? That's how you protect them. That could be a boy forever. And it hurts, that Marcella, when she says that you don't even know me. You don't even know what I like. Jaime was never able to be a father to her. And even though it is fucked up that he's Uncle Dad, still, it's tough to get a card for Father's Day. I'm not sure they have that.
Brothers, oh brothers, my days here are done. The Dornishman's taken my life. But what does it matter, for all men must die. And I've tasted the Dornishman's wife.
Oh man, I didn't even write this down in my notes. Brother, oh brother. This whole season was worth it just for this.
He's got some pipes, man.
He's got the fucking pipes, man. I clap. I sing with him every time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
4 number 1 albums in the UK, apparently.
Yeah, Bronn's locked up with the Sand Snakes, and...
Can't get him out.
No. He's singing the pipes, just talking.
Bronn or Aegon?
What?
Better pipes.
Oh, I thought you said Aegon.
In that universe, yeah.
I'd have picked Egg. Yeah, Bronn's just talking about, all the beautiful women in the world. And
well, this scene goes from being so awesome to terrible.
Yeah, Tyenne's really feeling herself.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it? Tyene?
Tyene, yeah.
Tyene. Tyene.
Teeny.
Yeah, she's really feeling herself, giving Bronn a little show, making him reconsider
How's
who
your
he
head?
feels to be the most beautiful woman in the world. And Bronn gets a little woozy. Is that what sets the poison off? Like blood flow?
Maybe, yeah.
So
once
once
a little blood flowing.
Once Bronn got a look, he started feeling the effects pretty quickly.
If it was like another girl, it's like, I'm not really into you, so just live forever. He could live
Like
with that.
the Bird Box challenge.
Yeah.
He can't get aroused, so he just keeps the...
Can't look.
Or wake up.
No, yeah, right. As Teddy told us last time,
But yeah, she has the antidote right there, and she gives it to him.
Actually, you know what? This scene isn't that bad, because I'm thinking about the line that she says when Bronn leaves. That's what I was thinking about. I thought it was in this episode. Yeah, at first you think Bronn's dead. Oh, goodbye, Bronn. Got the chance to sing. That was probably in his contract.
That'd have been a shit way for him to go. And I thought so when it first happened. I'm like, oh, he's toast. But good thing they didn't do that.
Back at King's Landing, Littlefinger has returned to his brothel, and the establishment is not looking so well. And this scene it's the first scene with Littlefinger and Olenna, right?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, because we had the scene where Varys and Olenna talk, and Varys tells Olenna how dangerous Littlefinger is, and when he's talking about how great his brothel was, that we made fantasies. People didn't even know they had these desires until we invented them, and Olenna's like, boy, you are full of yourself. You've always been very impressed with yourself, haven't you, Lord Baelish?
She's quick to remind him that their fates are tied up, obviously, from their dealings together in the murder of Joffrey.
Yeah, If I go down, you're coming down with me. You know, Littlefinger even being in this situation, being in King's Landing right now, it seems like there are so many different ways that he could fall, that all of his plans can crumble. I mean, his brothel is lost at this point, so.
I have a gift for you.
What kind of gift?
The same kind I gave Cersei. A handsome young man.
Yeah, Jorah's kind of giving me Jordan on the Wizard vibes here. You know, he's got his gear on. He's not in his prime, but he's coming back to show these young fellas that he's still got it. Air Jorah, as somebody commented on our previous video. Don't know how we missed that. And Daenerys is also brought to this exhibition match. Or not an exhibition, but it's for the honor to fight in the Great Pit of Meereen, the Colosseum. It goes to show again that Daario suggested you should kill all the masters. No, I'm not going to do that. It's me, Lorak. You want to go see some guys kill each other? Not really, but I guess because I'm the queen. She doesn't like violence. She doesn't take any pleasure in it, unless it's for revenge or there's some sort of motive behind it. But senseless violence, that's not her style.
And I like how Jorah notices that, like you said, she doesn't like this. She's having a terrible time. She wants to leave. Every time someone dies, she kind of looks away. And Jorah notices that. So when he comes out and starts fucking shit up, he's not killing everybody. He's just subduing them.
He's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no killing, no guns. And she knows right away that it's Jorah. She's like, I know that body anyway. No.
Well, no, she doesn't. She waits until he takes the mask off, but this dude's been wearing the same thread since, like, the past, 5 years.
He's got a sponsorship, man. He's got to rock his gear. He really has been wearing that same outfit from episode 1, season 1. So who is that? And as soon as he notices that Daenerys is there, he's like, I got to get out there. Got to get in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrion notices that, too, that he's got to go out there and present himself, because this is his best chance to be taken with Daenerys, to at least be arrested. It's better than being a slave. And he presents himself as the gift. And it's something that we...
Oh, that's why they call it that.
Or the gift, the lands in the north.
Or the antidote that she gifts Bronn.
Right, yeah, there's several gifts. And it's the first time that Daenerys and Tyrion meet. Two of the main characters of the show, arguably two
Gilly
of the...
gifts Sam. Give him a little present.
Right, yeah. And, two of the most important characters in the show finally meeting. Something that we haven't seen in the book, and a change that I like. Because I'm pretty sure Daenerys and Tyrion are probably never going to meet.
Melisandre gives Stannis a burnt daughter. And Sam gives Jon Dragonglass. Yeah, as you were saying, even though I wasn't paying attention because I was looking and thinking back to try to name more gifts, but I assume it was something about Daenerys and Tyrion.
What do you think about this scene with Cersei and Marjorie? What I love, too, is that Marjorie's not pretending at all in this scene.
No, she just had enough of this. And Cersei's just being Cersei.
It's no more of the whimsical, clever Marjorie. It's, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Let's
I
fight.
know you've done this.
Take these chains off. Easy to say to a girl in chains. And Cersei's still playing it up, which is just so fucking petty. At that point, it's just, annoying. It's like, just say something, you know?
I was loving it, and I'm like, I know what happens next, so.
Leave. Yes. I'm afraid I must. My son needs me now more than ever. Get out, you hateful bitch!
But the way that the High Sparrow delivers this, that look on Cersei's face when he's talking about stripping away all the finery of House Tyrell, that they will be bared in front of the gods. What do you think we'll find if we do that to you? It's the gif with the eyelids guy. This was a miscalculation.
Yeah, she walked right into the trap. And even before that,
trap.
the High Sparrow was praising the simplicity of the building that they're in, where Baelor built that monstrosity above us.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of just a metaphor, like you said, stripping away the finery. Going down to the bare bones, just what are we when you take away all the glitz and glamour? And what?
Sounds like a fucking Facebook status. What are we when we take away all the glitz and glamour?
It's like an Instagram.
Yeah, it's like a Lord lyric. And we'll never be royals.
Hey, she does sing one of her songs about finery.
Yeah. Right. Well, I think the finery is a metaphor.
Finery. Lord's fucking tight. But
and
yeah.
Lancel gave the High Sparrow a gift.
I love how they're taught, like, once he brings up Lancel, he comes right in. You hide behind that door, and once I give the signal, you come in.
You come in a moments before, I'm gonna beat you.
I'll put you right there with her.
With a birch branch. And Septa Mordain, the first time we see her in the season, in the show. She's got one of those looks, man. It's like those nuns from, like, a Catholic elementary school. You know, not to mess with them. They're serious. And Cersei gives her the proclamation that the last thing that she will see is my face. when you die. But yeah, I mean, for Cersei's arc in season 5 to get to this point, once again, her own worst enemy. All the scheming and the plots that she has in her head, and it's always fascinating to read it in the book because you see how crazy she is. And she was so smug in this moment. She was so proud of herself. I finally won. You're not even where you were before this. You're lower. You're at the lowest point of your entire life.
Well, this is the best point in, I think, Cersei's arc. It's the Cersei redemption tour. Starts now, and this is when she becomes shown in a more sympathetic light, and I think people, who've hated her throughout all these years finally start to sympathize and root for her in this little subplot.
And we'll talk about the Walk of Shame, but yeah, it's so funny, the feeling. I want to save it for that review, but you're spot on when people started to root for Cersei.
It opened my eyes to a new world.
I think you liked her since episode 1. Yeah, so this episode overall, it's another solid episode, and I think that's what's kind of disappointing with this season is that at this point you get one of the significant episodes for a season, and it feels like we haven't gotten that yet. And obviously the next 3 are all very good, but for it to take this long to get to those points, it's not hard to get through, but it's just not as exciting as previous seasons.
And obviously we talked about all the stuff we don't like in the season, and I feel like that kind of took the place of what we would usually get in a regular season. Daenerys stealing the Unsullied, like the mutiny at Craster's, or Daenerys taking the Unsullied, or something significant in the middle of the season where instead of some epic awesome moment, it's Ramsay and Sansa or the Sand Snakes and Jaime. Stuff that we typically don't like in this season. So
yeah, no, and the good thing about this season is that it ends on such a high note, and the next 2 episodes that we have to review are 2 of my favorite. Hard Home is my favorite, and 2 of the best moments, just single moments that you're going to see with Jon and Daenerys. And yeah, I can't wait to get into that next week. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video, and before we go, I want to quickly thank our Patreon supporters. Without your support, we wouldn't be able to grow and evolve as a channel, so thank you for your generous pledges. If you are interested in supporting our channel through Patreon, visit www.patreon.com/nerdsoup, and you can see the different rewards we offer to our Patreon supporters. T-shirts, mugs, stickers, access to our behind-the-scenes video, and more. Thanks again for watching this video, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Or dislike, don't share, and unsubscribe. It's a binary world, folks.